right, we're back with another episode of Art and Our Entertainment. And I have West Coast, the West Coast Avengers. See Vision right there, Scarlet Witch, Moon Knight. I don't know who the guy on the front cover is, nor do I know who that is. It's called the Evolutionary War. I see Black Panther right there. I see Venom right there. I'm going to read this, and I'm also going to look up West Coast Avengers information, man. To my knowledge, Kate Bishop, who was just in the Hawkeye show, was a member of the West Coast Avengers. So that's interesting. I'm going to read this, obviously, and then I'm going to do a review, and then I'm going to get into Kate Bishop, and I'm going to get into the West Coast Avengers history, and there may be a possible show with all the characters I just heard that have been in the West Coast Avengers. This might very well be just a big movie on the way. You know, this is obviously an old comic. Look at the paper. Paper is brown. Look at the panels. But Hawkeye is a leader in this West Coast Avengers comic. They're in Wakanda, so T'Challa is on full display. Hawkeye just used a boomerang arrow. Bill Foster is in it, Dr. Bill Foster, who was apparently an assistant to Dr. Hank Pym in the early days. And that's in the movie. This is really interesting. I wouldn't, the only reason why I'm reading this, and Vision's in it, and Scarlet Witch, because they were big West Coast Avengers, but the reason why I'm reading it is because, the only reason I'm reading it is because it's West Coast Avengers. I seen that title, and I was like, let me just get this. And I just wanted to see what the team was. Who was on the team, I should say. Who was assembled on it. And honestly, I did not look this hard when I seen the cover. I didn't look that hard at the cover when I first got it. But I was just like, well, West Coast Avengers, what's that about? But Bill Foster, back to him, he's apparently Giant Man. Yeah, he's apparently called Giant Man. He was Hank Pym's lab assistant until he duplicated Hank's old growth powers and became Black Goliath. So, yeah. Yeah, so Black Goliath and Giant Man, I think, So that's interesting. Yeah, this is an interesting book, man. I got a feeling we're gonna be hearing more about the West Coast Avengers as we move along here with this Disney Plus, because they're not playing. They're not making all this fuss about these Disney Plus Marvel shows for no reason. They got something planned, They got Moon Knight. They got Moon Knight on here. He has his own show coming up. Black Panther has his own movie coming up. Venom, come on, already movies. Vision, now we have White Vision. Scarlet Witch, she's gonna show up in the Multiverse of Madness. So, we just had the Hawkeye show. So, all this is super, super relevant. And the bad guy is, I don't know exactly. I'm trying to figure that out. So I'm going to do my review on this book later, because this is a very dense comic book. It's an older comic book. So it seems as if seemingly you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. This came out in 1988. And it was $1.75 at the time. That's pretty cool, man. $1.75, not too bad. 64 pages. I would be remiss to say that once this really pops off, T'Challa is trying to protect Wakanda, because there's this. I do know who the villain is. He's called What's this guy's name? What is his name? At his newly built citadel at the bottom of the world, the High Evolutionary oversees. Okay, so his name's the High Evolutionary. Um, yeah, and he's overseeing scientists working on his bomb. You know what I'm saying? And in order to, I guess, make it go, he needs to get a precious metal that's only found in one place, and that's Wakanda. So it starts off there. I was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I can deal with this. As soon as they got to that part, I thought to myself, all right, I didn't know at first. I was kind of leery when I was looking at this. It just, I was like, oh man, I didn't open this till now. And I was like, damn, it looks like this. This is like that old school. But it's decent though. But anyways, yeah, talking about T'Challa again, he ends up trying to get help from the Avengers, and while he's doing that, he eventually meets up with Hawkeye, who's the leader of the Avengers. Um, yeah, who's the leader of the West Coast Avengers, and then Hawkeye tells him that he split up with his wife and he split up with other Avengers, so the Avengers are fractured right now. So that's why, hence you have the West Coast Avengers. So it was really interesting. I was like, huh, I wonder what broke them up, at this time in the story. But yeah, it's interesting.